We're going to be doing a mini training today about the truth about stepping into your power, and I'm really excited about it. This is something I'm really passionate about because I've gone on a journey to get to the point of where I am today, to the level of confidence that I have today, to be able to magnetize the health, the wealth, the growth, the love that I have in my life is a direct correlation to how much I have stepped into my power, and I felt like I wanted to talk to you about that today in today's mini trainings. Oh my God, this fills my heart, and it's always a pleasure because I recognize all you familiar peeps. You're my community, and I love supporting you here. Just to give you a little bit of a background, earlier this year I've been getting so many downloads, like ridiculous amount of downloads, that's literally guiding me to say this is where we need to focus on. It almost feels like I'm stepping into more of the service energy and to be of service, and that's when the whole home method land on my lap. And essentially that was something that I had to kind of go through at different seasons of my life, and I've guided so many amazing, ambitious women around the globe to go through the whole method and to now see them stepping into more confidence and stepping into their power. And as a result of that, you know, having the promotions, shifting countries, getting married, leaving relationships that no longer serve them, deciding to say yes to what lights them up, all of this is a byproduct of you really stepping into your power. So I wanted to do this mini training so that you really understand why it is important for you to step into your power and what is actually in the way of you really genuinely feeling that you can. What is stopping you from showing up, right? Showing up, more of your authentic expression, showing up and saying yes to the things that you want, to the way you want to live, to making your dreams come into reality. And chances are, with all the years that I've been doing this work, which has been over 10 years, and guiding women in the last 5 years, it usually comes down to a couple of things. The first one, your fears. Your second one is the doubt. And the third one, your unworthiness. Do any of what I've just said resonated to you? Did any of it land? Yeah. Thank you. Girl, you're not alone. You're in the right place. This is literally why I'm so passionate about this work, because I want you to understand that all the fears that are showing up, these doubts, this feeling of unworthiness, like you're not good enough, I want you to understand they're not here to hurt you. They're not here to bring you down. They're not a result of making your life difficult. It may feel that way, right? But that's actually not the truth. And one of the first things that I had to learn in my own journey, which then I was able to take to all of my clients through this, was to first understand that your fear, your doubt, your feeling of unworthiness, all of this is part of a protective mechanism. Your fear, your doubt, this feeling of unworthiness are just a protective mechanism because your mind and your body isn't comfortable with the unknown. Your mind and your body doesn't feel safe in stepping into the version that you see yourself to be. And there are a couple of reasons why this happens, okay? There are a couple of reasons why this happens. Number one, firstly, your body, your mind is not wired for success, babe. It is not. It is literally wired to feel safe. What is safe to you and what is safe to me and what is safe to each and every one of you here is different. A lot of times a lot of times what happens is this: how does one determine what is safe, right? And how, if your feeling of unworthiness is just ways of your body and your mind saying we shouldn't do that because it is unfamiliar, right? It's because anytime we're choosing to step out of our comfort zone, our body is wired to stay. Your egoic mind will come in and say, no, 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 let's not do that. Let's just stay in our safe little bubble, okay? Give you a simple example. Me coming on live, speaking about this. I used to just do this with my clients, and I'm really stretching myself to be like, no, more people need to hear about this. And I was dealing with that fear, that, nervous energy as I was coming onto this live. And I said, I just did the various practices that I guide women through in my home method. And then I'm here with you today. So every time when you are challenged to step into more of your power, these little voices start to creep in. These voices of, what will other people say? Or like, will I be accepted? What if I'm judged, right? Can I really do it? Do I know enough? Can I speak for myself? What if I'm not sure what I want? Is this really what I want? What if I end up hurting somebody else? These are not your fault. These are just programmings. Programmings that you've picked up, usually from your childhood, that's determined that has taught you how to trust yourselves. And in the process of this fear and this anxiety or this doubt that is coming up, what has happened is, over the years, you've outsourced your power to the environment, whether that is the people around you, the situations around you, the circumstances around you. A lot of times we determine who we are and the value of who we are based on our external circumstances, whether that is how much money we make, what job we're in, the relationship that we're in, the family that we're raised in, right? That's where external validation becomes such a big part of us feeling really good. And I used to be in that trap, very, very much in that trap. And life kept showing to me again and again and again that that's not the way, Gaia. That's really not the way. The way is to understand that every time, if we determine our value, we determine when we step into our power. If it's determined by something outside of us, we will always be dependent on that. So when that goes, then we feel we're nothing. We feel imbalanced. And this is where a lot of imbalances tend to happen in the body and as well as in the mind. So I want to remind you that anytime you're feeling any fear, anytime that you're feeling any doubt, anytime you're feeling all of these thoughts that are just lingering at the back of your mind, these are just voices that are trying to keep you safe in what is familiar. That's it. What is, it is familiar with. Perhaps it's never really experienced you fully stepping in your power. Maybe you have stepped into your power in certain areas of your life. And there are certain areas of your life that maybe you dim your light a little bit. Maybe you feel more confident at work, but maybe not at home. Or maybe you do feel more confident with your friends, but maybe a little bit more, reserved in certain areas of your life. Life is constantly challenging you to be like, where have you given your power out to someone else or to something else? Every time we've given our power out to someone else and to something else, essentially what we're saying is, you get to decide how I feel, you get to decide how I should behave, you get to decide what is right or wrong in my life. And that is why the doubt starts to creep in. The doubt generally happens is because there's a knowing within yourself that is not in alignment with the external circumstances that is saying you should do X, Y, and Z, but you're not feeling, should I not? And usually when doubt comes in, if you're feeling a lot of doubt, how many of you here deal with a lot of self-doubt? because I did a poll in my circle and many of you have. So I just wanted to check on this live. How many of you struggle or deal with self-doubt? Just put a comment. And if anything that I've just said landed, just say yes or drop me a 1. Okay, thank you. Keep them coming. Yeah, yes, and thank you. Keep the comments coming, okay? So the thing that I want you to understand is, if you are looking to create more abundance in your life, if you're looking to create more, bring in more, magnetize more aligned opportunities, whether that's in your career or looking for the love of your life, or having the health or the physical body, or just feeling so aligned with life, all of this is a byproduct of you stepping into your power. And the part of stepping into our power today is the reason why we have these doubts. The reason why we have especially doubt is because you're not connected with your intuition, aka your body. You live in this home for X amount of years, 70, 80, 90 years, right? 100, maybe some of you. And for that duration of the period, we must get to know our home. And this is why I'm so passionate about guiding women back home to their body, to their truth, to their joy. Because when we return home to our truth, once we release these layers that are telling us, that's giving us all this lack of clarity, then you step into your magnetism. Then you're able to attract the relationship, the opportunity, the career jump, the promotion, or maybe even something materialistic like your dream home, or that dream car, or to have a certain savings, or if maybe you've always wanted to travel around the world, or maybe you've always just wanted to step into more of your motherhood. Whatever it is a byproduct of you saying yes to yourself, saying yes to coming home to yourself, saying yes to coming home to your confidence, saying yes to coming home to your power, to your truth. And in that process, it will require you to shed the things that are in the way of that. Because it was never built from a place of authenticity. So if you've been watching my stories the last few days, I shared a little bit about my story, how I built everything that looked so beautiful on the outside, right? Like the dream relationship, which I thought I was going to be married to, and he was going to be the father of my children, like the whole thing, right? For 7 years. Or the fact that I built the Get Fit with Gaia business, and many of you here, maybe if you've been here since Get Fit with Gaia, that I built and did so wonderfully and literally put me on the map, and it's the reason why I have an Instagram page, right? I had to let that go because it wasn't fully aligned. It was like partially there. There was still some imbalances in there, right? Or the fact that I had hormonal concerns because I was not really speaking my truth. And so the journey of coming home requires you to first understand that, number one, any time of fear, any time of doubt, any time you have these thoughts coming up, it's just a protective mechanism. It's trying to keep you safe. It is not trying to derail you in your life. How we view these things will shift the experience of the journey back home. When we are so hard on ourselves, why is this happening again and again? I don't know why I keep ending up here. I'm so self-aware, but I feel stuck, for example, right? Because it doesn't feel safe moving forward. And so through my method, the whole method, I literally teach you how to release that, right? So that you can move in alignment that is for your highest and greatest good, that you feel lighter, that it feels good, you feel more confident in the process. So anytime these things come up, and I'm saying it again so that it really lands for you, when your worth is based on how others see you, whether that is their reaction, whether that is their praise, whether that is the validation, you will lose connection with your intuition. That's it. And, girl, if there was a pageant for that, Gayatri Pillai will win Miss Universe for it. Okay? So I'm speaking to you as someone who was very, very disconnected from her body, very disconnected from her truth, and it's been a roller coaster journey the last decade to get to the point that I feel so confident in myself, right? I've stepped into more of my power than I've ever had in my life, and probably even more as the years go by, because the work that I'm very passionate about is giving you the foundation that you need to build upon. This is a lifelong journey, and that's what I want you to understand, right? And over the years of observing women again and again and again, usually what brings them to this point is when something major has happened in their life, right? Or certain cycles, whether you're going through a life transition, a relationship transition, a job transition, where if you're going through any of these things, it's literally life telling you, my girl, my sweet little girl, it's time. It's time for you to know your true power. When things end, when things break, that's when breakthroughs happen. That's when maybe individuals like me may come and appear in your life. So it's not a coincidence why you're listening to this live as well, right? Because there is a part of you that truly understands that something's off and I need to kind of come back to my inner compass. I need to kind of come back to my intuition. This is what's happening with a lot of us. We're trying to solve everything with the mind. Please tell me if you relate to that. How many of you are trying to solve things with your mind and then you end up feeling overwhelmed? I'm seeing a lot of 100%. How many of you here, be honest, because when you're being honest, you're letting things shift. You're moving the energy. You are shifting, and the first step in my method under home, H, is to honor. Yes, yes, yes. Girls, I'm getting chills right now. I'm literally getting chills right now. When I'm getting chills, like we're in alignment. So the first step in the home method is honor. You got to honor where you're at. You got to honor your life. You got to honor yourself. And part of that is getting real. When we are trying to solve things in your mind, and maybe it can take you so far, ask yourself sincerely, how well has that worked out for you? How well has that worked out for you? Like genuinely sit with it. Or do you find yourself that it works temporarily and then you kind of come back again? Temporarily and then you kind of revert back to your normal state. It's because the real shift, and this was something I struggled with for like the better part of my life until I understood the wiring of the body. Your body holds the codes. And there have been so many sessions with my clients that within just 15 minutes, they feel a lot more lighter. They feel a lot more aligned. 15 minutes for those shifts to happen is because when you understand how your body is speaking to you, you know exactly what to provide it. And when you provide what it needs, when your body, when the thoughts, when those beliefs, when those emotions feel heard by you, they start to soften. Because at the end of the day, please tell me, wouldn't you like to also be seen? Imagine if you're talking to somebody and they don't acknowledge you. How would you feel? Please tell me in the comments. How would you feel if someone is trying to get your attention and you're just not seeing it, or you're saying later, later, later? How would you feel? How would you feel? You would feel like ignored, right? You would feel like, why aren't they responding back to me? H for hurt. That's a good one, right? So that's the shadow side. If you don't honor yourself, you end up hurting yourself. Oh, mic drop. Yeah, you would feel unimportant and ignored. Now, what do you think is happening within yourself? Right? What do you think is happening within yourself? And so if you feel unimportant and ignored, if somebody would to not give you the intention or acknowledge you, that is literally what is happening with the body. Your body is constantly speaking to you. It's just that we're living in a world where we're not taught about this. I had to learn from all kinds of people to be able to come up with my method, because I'm just going to tell you how to do it, and you can take it and you can make it into your own. You can take it and apply it again and again and again. And the key is, what I also understood here is that when you're in the journey of stepping into your power and feeling that level of confidence, it is not just, it requires you to tap into your feminine self. Your feminine self is where things magnetize. Have you been in a situation where you're maybe in a mall or in a conference or in a room, and suddenly all the heads turn onto somebody who was walking, right? They have a certain presence because there's a certain sense of alignment within themselves. It is the feminine energy that attracts, that gets the heads turning, that it's the one that you're resonating with, because it's from the heart, it's from the energy, it's not from the mind, it's not cerebral. And it doesn't mean that when you are in your power, for example, I feel very much in my power more than I have in many, many years of my life. That doesn't mean that I don't feel doubt. That doesn't mean that I'll never feel fear. That doesn't mean that I'll never feel or have these kind of thoughts, but I know how to manage them because I have understood what they're trying to say and what is the attention that they require from me, because I choose to honor each of these voices. And this is something that I guide through in all of my programs. Is it landing for you? Please drop me a yes if what I'm saying is landing for you. This is a mini training, and I'm hoping to do more of this mini training so that it gives you some clarity, and it activates you and get you out, because I'm trying to speak straight into you in a way that it's clear, right? So, what helped me shift? What helped me step into this level of confidence, this ability to step into my power, was first, I had to decide. I had to decide that this is it. This is it, right? If things are falling off, way off, things are not clicking well, every day that I choose to be in it is a choice. Every single moment I have a choice whether to turn right or to turn left. If I am turning left, I am choosing to repeat the same thing. If I'm choosing to turn right, I'm choosing better for myself. This journey of stepping more into your power and stepping more into your confidence requires you to take a bet on yourself, to say yes to yourself. That's when magic happens. That's when miracles happen. That's when you become a magnet. The 3 M's. Miracles, magic, magnet. I am a living proof. Okay, I'm literally a living proof of it. Right? I've never felt so light in my life because I started to choose myself. Because the most important relationship you will ever have is the one with yourself. And I'm sure if you've been in my world, you would have heard me say this many, many a times, right? So many times I would have repeated this again and again. And the price of choosing yourself is to have faith in the process, because it will remove the things that no longer serves you, but you are clearing up space for the things and the people and the opportunities and the environments that are a match for the frequency that you're stepping into. And that's when magic, miracles, and you become a magnet for all the things that you desire. This is literally how my client, one of my clients, she left a relationship because she increased her worth. She knew her value and she said goodbye, and she actually started seeing the truth that, oh my God, I outsourced so much that I let other people determine my worth. And that's literally what I did in my own life. Another client got fired and she felt like, shit, where am I going to get a job? Because hiring season is not for 6 months. And through our work together, within the next month, she got her dream job. Dream job, not just any job, her dream job. Right? Another client who used to have so much of health concerns, neck issues, knee issues, because she was feeling so alert all the time, because she was so stressed out, because she wasn't sure which way is the right way. And when she finally honored her intuition, and she finally honored and she started saying yes to herself, her health started getting better. And there's so many more stories of this. So if 2025 is the year that you want to step into more of your power, make a decision. That's it. Make a decision. So I want to ask you, what are you hoping? What are you focusing on in 2025? We are starting May, literally tomorrow. Second half of the year is about to start soon. We're wrapping up the first half of the year. What do you want? Just write it here. What do you want? What do you want in your life? Please tell me. What do you want for yourself? We have 7 months, I think, till the end of the year. 7-8 months to the end of the year. What do you want? Honor that. Coming back to the whole method. Honor what you want. Share with us. Put it out there. Let me hold space for you in that. Yes, Bobby. Yeah, freedom. To be more authentic. What do you want? Keep them coming. And then I'm going to share with you the 5 truths, yeah? Claiming my power to be a good support system for others, peace and well-being, yeah. That's it. Love it, love it. Keep them coming. Oh, I love reading this. You have no idea by you just declaring this, how you've shifted your energy. How does it feel to write that out? How does it feel? Like, sit with your body. I'm literally guiding you through this feeling, like to just feel into it, because when we're so in our mind, we're not dropping into the body. And a lot of the work that I do requires us to work with the subconscious and somatic. Somatic means with the body, yeah? To feel at peace with myself and by myself. That's a good one. Peace and a clear mindset. Oh my gosh, I'm loving this. That's it. How does it feel to say that? Lots of love. Clarity, steady mind, feeling excited. And it's normal to feel fearful while you're declaring this, because remember, these fears, these doubts are just trying to like, where are you taking me? I don't know what that is. All these noises, it's literally there to keep you, to make you stay in what you know. But the comfort of staying in what you know has a disservice to be able to achieve your goals and trust yourself, to stand by in your values, believe no matter what, see and feel my own value, freedom, and find my oh my gosh, I'm getting all emo reading this. I love it. How does it feel? How does it feel to you to even just say that? I'm feeling it, and I'm holding space for each and every one of you here, really. This is it. This is how it starts. The first step in the whole method is to honor. And you're honoring yourself by claiming what is it that you want. And the reason why you're able to see all of this is because that version of you, bloody exist. Excuse my language. Aww. And you know, one of the things I've realized is that sometimes just having a space like this, you know, this sisterhood, is all we need sometimes. Is to be heard. Is to be seen. Is to remember, right? Because the reason why you're feeling all of these things, right? And oh, you're feeling good, you're feeling emotional. Oh, guys, I'm feeling it too. Right? And you know, this is another bitter truth. Are you ready for it? Okay? Are you ready for it? Listen to me carefully. Okay? This every time when you feel this doubt, every time that you question yourself, every time you feel like you're too much, how many of you have been told that you're too much? I want to know in the chat. How many of you have been told that you're too much? Or like, be polite, do this, do that, don't do this, be this way, behave this way, this is the right thing to do. How many of you resonate with anything that I've just shared? Drop me a yes. There we go. There we go. There we go. Guess what? Me too. You're not alone. You're not alone. That's it. That's it. You know why you've been told all of these things? Are you ready for it? Are you really ready for it? Drop me 100%. Drop me 100 if you're ready for the truth. Drop me 100 and I'll tell you. Ooh, loving it. I love the vibe. Okay, cool. Okay. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay. Are you ready? Okay, let's all take a deep breath, okay? Inhale, and then exhale. The reason why people tell you, don't do this, be this way, behave this way, you're too much, can you calm down, you're too emotional, you're too sensitive, all of these things, is because they can't hold your light. They can't hold your brilliance. You're too bright. You're too bright for them because they themselves do not have a capacity to hold that range within themselves. How else can they hold space for somebody else? That's it. They can't hold it. And it's not a fault of theirs. It's because they have their reasons as to what's keeping them to be like, you know what, if you could just do X, Y, and Z so I don't have to deal with anything else. It's because their cup is so full that they've not dealt with their things that they can't take on your stuff. So this is why it is so important to check in the environments that you're in. This is why community, sisterhood is so, so important. What I want you to understand here is, it's just it. If somebody is telling you that you're too much, if somebody is telling you that there's like, oh my gosh, like, can you just tone it down? Can you just behave this way? Can you just do this? It's because they cannot handle anything more than that. Trust me, I know what that feels like. Okay? And when I started to say no, when I started to tune back into my intuition, when I started to really understand that no, my worth is not up for negotiation. My worth is not up for negotiation. Things started to shift because I started to choose myself. And then you know what happens? The right environments started to show up. The right people who see you for who you are, who lets you be you, who celebrates you, starts to happen because you chose better, because you decided. Is that landing? Is that landing for you? Drop me a heart if it is. Beautiful. Remember, returning to your power is not a trait, It's a state. Confidence is a state. You can access this state at any time. And this is what I teach. This is essentially what I teach. And I'm going to be teaching more and more of this. And this is what really shifted in my life, so that I can experience this level of liberation within myself, that I'm attracting the right opportunities. The relationship that I have with myself is like a dream come true, because I kept choosing myself and again, and I never settled. Even if it was good, I didn't settle for good. I chose greatness. And anytime fear comes up, it means you're growing. It's not to stop you, it's growing. You're growing. You're growing out of what you know. Every time, the reason why you're growing out of what you know is because you're actually returning to the truth of who you are. Okay, that just landed. The truth of who you are. And that is the journey of coming home. H, Om as in Om, E. This is for the spiritual girlies. This is for the women who says, this is it. I want to know how to come back to myself, come back to my power, come back to my truth, come back to my joy. Joy! Right? And come back to my body. And as a byproduct of that, everything that I teach, everything that I mentor on or guide on in any of my programs are things that I've personally used in my own life. I'm not sharing something that I have not walked the talk. That is the difference. The journey of stepping into your power is your ability to walk the talk. So I want you to just understand this, that if you ever feel isolated, that you're the only one going through this, let this life be a reminder that you're not alone. Would you agree? Do you feel seen in all the comments? The fact that you are here is the start, right? Do you feel seen in all the responses and all the comments by the rest of them? Do you feel seen by them? Did you resonate with them? That's it, right? When you return home to your power, you begin to magnetize the health, the wealth, the ideal body, the relationship. Everything becomes as a byproduct because you journeyed back home to your truth. You honored yourself. You opened and released what no longer serves you, which is the O on the home method. And M, you move and manifest in the direction of the life you envision. And E, you embody that version of yourself who already has it, that moves and talks and walks as that woman. The woman that is confident, the woman that is sure, the woman that deeply trusts herself. How are you feeling from it so far? We're going to wrap up in like 5 minutes. But tell me, how has it been so far for you? Is it helping you? Are you able to see that what is actually keeping you in the way? And what actually shifts? So essentially, if I were to take my own journey, as well as all my clients that I've had the honor to work with over the last many years, is that it didn't come from doing more. It didn't come from doing more. It came from learning how to feel safe in my body, for learning how to trust and listen into my intuition and hold space for my own emotions. That's when things shift. So what I learned in the process is, it is not about doing more. That's when we're very much in our masculine. We need to be more. We need to feel more. We need to be juicy with life. That's when things start to shift. And I do this through my somatic work, in my coaching groups, right? I do a lot of EFT tapping, hypnosis, subconscious work, right? To reprogram the mind and the body so that it's in alignment, releasing the programs that no longer serves you and bringing you back into alignment with where you want to head through the whole method. So as I wrap up, I want to give you something that you can start practicing. Would you like that? Drop me a yes or something. Would you like that? Something that you can start practicing from today. And whatever that has landed or activate within you, trust in that because it has already done its job. Would you like that? Yeah? Okay, I see the yeses coming through. Okay. So one of the things that I teach, right? One of the things that I guide all my clients through is this. We need to learn how to drop back into our body. And I do this extensively through the whole method, but I want to give you a taste of it right now. Okay? And you can take this and you can apply it and drop me a DM. Let me know how it goes for you. Okay? Let's have a dialogue. Okay? I'm here for you. Okay? And that is one of the things that I do every single morning. And I do it again in the afternoon, and I do it again as many times in the day, but it's the number one thing that I do in the morning. And the question that I ask myself to tap into more into my body, to listen to the wisdoms and the codes of my body is, how do I feel today? And what do I need right now? This is such a powerful, simple nervous system regulation technique. We underestimate, we try to complicate things all the time. Basics take you very far in life. How do I feel today? Honor the feeling. What do I need? Be open to what it says and move in the direction that it's asking you to. You require trust. Let go, and then embody the experience. Can you see the home practice? Very short. It takes you all of less than 5 minutes. And every time you practice this, you're shifting your frequency. You're bringing yourself back into alignment. You're listening to your body. Try that out and let me know how it feels. Are you clear about the practice? How did that land for you? And just hold space for that feeling. And see where you feel it in your body and ask, what do you need from me today? Because when you're able to build that relationship with yourself, everything shifts. So I want you to just start with that. Start with that and keep asking yourself that. It grounds you back, it brings you back into your present. Beautiful. So as we wrap up for our first mini training, I'm so grateful that you're here, but I want to invite you into something. So if everything that I've just shared with you resonates deeply, and you're done trying to figure it out on your own, and you're really ready to come home to yourself, come home to your power, come home to your confidence, the way that you see yourself to be, and you're I don't know how to get there, right? I don't know how. I'm feeling stuck. I'm feeling like something's not clicking right. You're in the right place. I'd love to walk you back home to yourself in this journey because, exciting news, I am launching a group program where you're going to have one-on-ones with me and it's going to be hybrid because you're going to be doing it in a group, and it's going to be such an intimate group where you're going to come home to your power. And I'm going to give you the exact method that you can rinse and repeat, and let that be your foundation of stepping into claiming your voice, claiming your yeses, what you want to create in your life. And I'm going to show you the blueprint of you coming home to yourself. How does that sound? Drop me a yes if whatever I just shared has landed to you. This is going to be a guided journey. This is not more learning. This is not more studying. No, this is embodiment work. We're going to move. We're going to take action. We're going to be like, we're going to have a sisterhood, and we're going to have lots of one-on-ones with each other, and at the same time in a community. And it's going to be very, very bespoke. It's going to be a journey of reclaiming your voice, coming back to your worth, your softness, and most importantly, your strength. If you really resonated with everything that I've just shared, DM me the word power. Okay? DM me the word power, and I will send you more information. Okay? Lots of love. Big, big hugs. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next live.